definitely is focus our customer and then understand what they need and what they think. And that's that's the relationship between the customer and company. And also we make sure we take care of our employee, make sure we have a right culture and help everybody grow with the company. I think that's really important. Also, really important point is innovation. We make sure we take action, and if we see anything we can do better, we always change and take action quick.
Yeah, and big on the customer. We listen and understand, which we build those relationships to build that trust, and that is really helpful with our growth.
And connect, and communication.
Yes.
Communication, make sure we have enough communication and a quick response with our customers. It's important too.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
How important is culture to your company growth? Well, you may be thinking that it's a nice to have, that we're really executed on our strategy, our business model, and all of the things that a lot of visionary leaders focus on. But I'm here to tell you, culture matters. The right culture can drive growth. We're here with our special guest, Jane Zhu, and she is the CEO, founder of Nicole Clothing. We also invited in Emily Moses, her HR manager, to talk about what is the true factors within the culture that make this all work. Let me set the stage for you here. Inc. 5000, every year they put out a list of people who are running businesses and the companies specifically that are growing the fastest, and they're privately held. That's the two factors that are in this, and they have to be in America. And if you apply, you get yourself ranked against everyone else. Well, Nicole Clothing came in at number 23 this year at 14,016%, 14,016. And it really is an incredible 3-year growth rate. That's on revenue, has nothing to do with profitability. But we wanted to dive into the conversation with Jane and Emily about the right culture. What are the core elements? Why are values so important? What happens when things aren't exactly the way you want them to, and how they work through those situations? What are some of the things they do differently than others? All that packed inside today's episode. Now, I want to just go ahead and invite you to something, because I think it's really important for you if you want to create the right culture, if you want to create the right leadership within your company. It's a free training that I've created. Just go to genehammett.com/training. And inside there, you'll find a very short video about the skills that are necessary for you to take the doers in your world and bring them up to leadership level. Now, this doesn't give them everything they need, because there's many cycles of leadership, but it gives them a strong foundation that they won't find in books. They won't find it anywhere else, because we work with Inc. 5000 level companies all the time. We've pulled all this information, and over the few years, we put this into a program, and we're giving you the data from that program. So the training will give you insights on the skills, and that's the takeaway. We'll also talk about how to get people to change behaviors. All you have to do is go to genehammett.com/training. Now, here's the interview with Jane, Emily, and Nicole Clothing about the right culture. Hello, how are you guys?
Hi.
Hello. We're doing great. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. We're going to have a great interview here. We're going to talk about your business and kind of what made you guys successful. Before we go into any of that, I'd love for you to tell us about your business, which is Nicole Clothing. Recently made the Inc. list, really fast growth company, incredible, cute little clothes for kids. Is that mostly kids, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about your business.
Yeah, so this is Jane. I'm founder of the company, and I started the company in 2017. So as two kids of mom, I have 2 girls. I look the market and see a need over the kids' clothes, like all the moms always want to dress up with them. So I was like, well, I can do that. Let me try this. So I tried this and get information from the people, from the Facebook browse, the information from everywhere. After I did the research, I literally started a company up my bonus room. 2000, I think it was 2000, that was 2017. In 2018, we moved out a 3-bedroom. We moved out to a 3-room office In 2019, I met Kelsey, our CEO, and asked her join the company. So, and then by that time, we moved into a seven-room warehouse. We call warehouse. Kelsey really helped the company grow. In 2020, we moved into a 15,000 square feet warehouse. And last year, we moved into a 25,000 square feet warehouse, which is we currently are. And then we are going to move to a 100,000 square feet warehouse next year. Like I said, as a mom, I feel like there's a market need. So our most target market relationship with them is all the moms, grandmoms, and they love us, and then we get information from them. We build a relationship with them. We feel what they feel. We try to stand in point of what they are and what they want and what they feel. So I hope this explained.
My son is 15 years old, but I remember when he was a young child, toddlers and whatnot, and my wife had made all the comments that the clothes are such cute, so cute for little girls, but they aren't cute for little boys. But you guys do both, right? Boys and girls.
Yes. So that was a really good comment for us. When I first started company was kids clothes because I have two girls. As we growing, people literally just keep asking, where's the boy clothes? Where's boy clothes? So I think it was 2018, we started heavily designed a collection, whole collection, not just for their boys, actually started for the whole family, cousins, sister, and brothers. So we have a lot of the collection pieces together from newborn babies and blankets and little boy, older boy, little baby, little girl, and older girl, like a whole collection can cover your whole family. And we start bringing Mama Me items, and we literally bring like a whole family pajamas, including daddy.
Yes, we do the whole family,
Yeah.
mom, dad, son, daughter. We do that for Christmas and the pajamas, and then we also do summer swimsuits, and people love that.
Yeah, we got the idea is from our customer. This is our like help us successful. I think is one of the really important points. Listen to them and understand what they need.
Well, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. I will add to this. We recently have done the family pajamas, even with a teenage boy, and he actually loves them. I don't know if it was the design or whatnot, but he wears them all the time, wore them out completely over the year. And we'll have to look and see what you have for this next year. Maybe I'll surprise my wife and son with some family pajamas for Christmas.
For sure. Thank you. Let's
dive into our core topic today. We really focus on culture and leadership and what does it take to grow a company. Let's frame this in though. 14,000+% in 3 years. That's a revenue growth of 14,000%. Everyone listening in probably wanted me to check those numbers, but what do you think has allowed you guys to grow so fast in such a short period of time?
Definitely is focus on our customer and then understand what they need and what they think. And that's that's the relationship between the customer and company. And also we make sure we take care of our employee, make sure we have a right culture and help everybody grow with the company. I think that's really important. Also, really important point is innovation. We make sure we take action, and if we see anything we can do better, we always change it and take action quick.
Yeah, and big on the customer. We listen and understand, which we build those relationships to build that trust, and that is really helpful with our growth.
And connect and communication.
Yes,
communication. Make sure we have enough communication and a quick response with our customers is important too.
So we heard a new voice there, Emily. Introduce yourself formally, but you're the HR manager there. When did you come on board, and what was it like when you first started working with them?
So a fun fact is I've been a customer of Jane since the very beginning.
Yeah. So
I've been a customer for all 5 years. A faithful customer. I love the product. Personally, I love Jane and I believe in her vision for Nicole Clothing. And that's what allowed me to come on to this company. And that was the biggest decision that I had to make. And it was the best decision that I've made personally and professionally. And I joined the team a year ago. And I've really enjoyed working with Jane and the entire staff at Nicole Clothing and building it up.
Did you come in as the HR manager or another role?
I came in as the HR manager. I've been in HR for over 10 years. And I've always told Jane, if you ever need an HR manager, you let me know. I would love to work with you. And we finally made that come true last year. And so it's been a joy to work with Jane and Kelsey and the entire team here at MNC.
Well, here's a quick question for us. You have about 40 employees now. You're scaling fast. I'm sure you're probably adding more people because it looks like sales are still probably going up. And I'm curious, how many employees did you have when you put in an HR manager?
We had about 25 employees, give or take some.
And what kind of situation did you come into? Was it a little bit in shambles because we're going so fast and it's totally expected? Or did they have the structures in place and you just kind of picked up from there?
So we implemented a lot of new things, and with the fast growing pace but basically towards a 3 and 5 year plan, which allowed us to grow very well. But Jane is very, very smart and Kelsey is very smart, and they had this organization running without a manager for 4 years, and which is very, very well. And I was excited to join that team and just help out in the areas where I need and make it even better as a whole.
And Jane, I have to ask you, why did you choose at 25 to bring on an HR manager, not before, or why not wait till longer? What was going on inside your thinking as the company was growing?
Back then, this actually was one of my questions I have been asking myself. Do I really need a professional HR bringing in to manage 25 people or not? I personally super glad I take that step, have Emily come in, not just to manage 25 people, also help the company reach out the goal, which is spread our culture, make sure everybody is in the same boat, in the same direction, going in the same direction, and also the professional skills Emily bringing in. Like, we cannot get away with that. Like I say, really helps company growing. And so as an owner or as a CEO, I don't have to worry about the other things as a HR standpoint, but I can focus growing the company in some other stuff.
And gear to put the right people in the right seats. And that's something that we've definitely been doing the last year. So smart move.
Now, let me break in here for a second. They were just talking about the need to hire a professional. And Jane was talking about, I wasn't sure if I needed it, 25 employees or not. I'm going to tell you right now, from my experience, you need it. If you have 25 employees, you need someone dedicated to not only the people that you have currently, but dedicated to the structures and the culture that's necessary for you guys to contain the kind of communication, the kind of trust, and all the things necessary for you to be the team that you want to be. You also need to have someone that understands the hiring process and all of the ins and outs of that, and all there's lots of technical stuff. Having that HR manager, absolutely important. Emily is an incredible person to come in and really help them with her years of experience to help this company continue their growth, removing a lot of that friction that was probably there. And just want to highlight this for a moment before we jump back into the interview right now. You guys have been talking about culture, and I don't know how you would describe your culture, but I'm kind of curious. What are the words you put to it when you say this is kind of the place we have created here? I'm sure you describe that a lot in your hiring conversations, but how would you describe it to outsiders?
I think passion. I believe passion is one of our top value. And if a person or employee loves what he or she does, she will love the company and stick with the company longer. Culture-wise, we want everybody grow with the company, encourage positive way with the company.
Action-oriented.
Yeah.
The values of integrity, safe.
Innovation is the one we recently actually added to our list.
What was that word again?
Innovation. And purpose. Like, we want all our employees to know our purpose as a company. And how we grow and how we've gotten the growth that we have.
So those are the values. Give us a little look behind the scenes. What would we see across your organization that we might not see other places when it relates to culture?
trust and open-minded. We make sure our all leaders open-minded to all the employee and all the position, make sure they are safe and always express their opinion out, and also making sure we follow and take action on this opinion and suggestion. That creates a safe place. I would say safe place, allow the employee feel safe to make mistake.
Yes, and the communication. So one of the biggest complaints from employees in the world is not having that communication. And I think one of our biggest things as we communicate very well to employees across all channels. So we use our payroll system to communicate. We use a text alert system to communicate. We use a television in our warehouse to communicate. But keeping that candid communication is very, very key for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Jane just talked about it must be safe for people to make mistakes. I want you to ask her a question. In your journey to being the leader that you are, growing your company, did you get there without making mistakes? Did you get there by avoiding mistakes? The answer is probably no. You got there because you made some mistakes, you learned from them, and you were able to move forward. My hope is you're the kind of leader that will give people the space to make mistakes, give people the space and empower them to make decisions, give them confidence. Many of those will work out, some of them won't, but you'll be there to support them, coach them. That's what great leaders do. Create a space for people that it's safe to make mistakes. The right culture depends on it. Back to the interview. Well, we've been talking about the culture that drives growth for your company, 14,000%. Again, I bring that up because just really impressive. And you guys are a dynamic duo, I'm sure. What happens when you guys disagree on HR issues? I know there's things about, these things happen and we don't have to get specific, but do you guys able to talk about it candidly like you described, or do you handle it in a different way?
I'd say we have a great leadership team. So with our management team, we meet weekly and we talk about any issues, anything that we need to communicate, any action we need to take, the steps, what's the goal, anything that needs to come to the table, we definitely communicate that. And if it's something that's immediate, we immediately address it. We don't wait for something else to happen. That's part of our taking that action.
And we always bring outside sources as well. Looking for the professional suggestion from the outside sources is important, and we have been doing that as well.
Right.
Well, we're going to have a few more questions here, but I'm kind of curious, the customer value. And I get where that comes from. I get listening to customers that we need, seasonal outfits and we need something for little boys and maybe we need family related stuff. How do you get employees that don't have the same sense of understanding of how important the customer is to understand how to really listen to employees or to customers?
So a big thing that we do, again, is that communication piece. So we do a stand-up meeting every day in our operations. So in our warehouse, our operations manager, Michael Hooper, shout out to him, but he is actually very well at doing start a shift meeting, and we communicate positive feedback from our customers about our warehouse team directly. And we want them to hear that, and we want them to know that it's true and what they're doing. We appreciate them, and it's honest feedback directly from our customer.
Also, is the purpose we recently bring up to the whole team. So we recently start thinking who we are, who's Nicole Clothing, and what we want to do, and not just as a company who we are, what's the purpose, but we bring this idea to all the position and each employee. We ask the question, what is your purpose? What's in your life? What's the purpose in your life, in your position? Like Emily say, with all the a valuable customer, with their happy face, they love to share a picture with us and a great feedback with us. But who made this happen is everybody employee in our company. That's the purpose. We help them recognize what's everybody's purpose is important.
Right. Personally and professionally, we communicate one-to-ones with direct reports across the board.
I can see the face when they change when they listen and I see the idea of from the customer, like real feedback from them. I can see our employees' faces change the moment when they see the feedback,
Yeah.
pictures.
They smile, they get excited, they want to hear, hey, man, we did good. Everybody likes getting recognized. So it's really nice to do that.
I'm going to ask you a question that might be a little bit edgy. And I know you don't have these questions in front of you because I just make them up on the spot.
Yeah.
I work with a lot of e-commerce companies that are growing fast. And every once in a while, they run into troubles, whether it be demand is not where they think it should be, or they're moving, or I had recently a client who had so much demand for their product in July that it caused operations to be, we are overwhelmed. And I'm sure with your growth pattern, you have felt overwhelmed in certain ways. So how do you guys deal with the challenges and the overwhelm that comes up between other leaders or just between people across the organization? Because I know tensions can run high when you're going so fast.
I learned innovation is really important for a small, faster growing company for us. Also, trust is other point. We have to trust each other as a team, and also try the new ideas, innovation, and try to make sure everybody understands it, right? And try the ideas. And if not working out, we come up with new ideas. Try a different thing, and then make sure until that point's happen, and then is to get a point and reach out with a goal.
One final question today, really just around the values. It seems to be a central part of your business. You had mentioned different ways you guys use them in hiring, or you use them inside of meetings. What's your kind of most interesting way to make sure you're living the values across the organization? Everyone's aligned with them. Something come to mind?
I would say passion. Making sure everybody's passionate. What do they love? The job. Make sure everybody love their job, which is almost like right people in the right seat. Making sure they love the job and they're in the right job position. That will allow us come up with a new ideas and meet an innovation purpose.
Right. And we recognize our employees and give them room to grow within our company, which helps build that culture and that value, personally and professionally.
Yeah.
Emily, Jane, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys sharing your journey of success and growth, what you're doing from a leadership cultural standpoint. Very fascinating. And we love to tell stories like this on the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
What a fantastic interview. I love them talking about the passion that's inside their business and how they communicate and everything that they do in order to create the kind of culture that puts customers first and makes this company grow fast. 14,000% in 3 years is mighty impressive. But what's really impressive is the forethought of leadership to really pour into their people and support them to have the right culture. All of that is what makes this company very special. Now, if you are a leader, you want to grow to that next level, make sure you reach out to me. You can go to genehammett.com. You can schedule a call there. I'd love to talk to you about what's missing inside your business to help you grow to that next level. I do these calls, 2 or 3 times a month. So if you're thinking I might be too busy for it, just go ahead and reach out. If for some reason, it's not a fit, I will let you know, but I'd love to help you. It's absolutely free. Just go to genehammett.com and schedule your call today. As always, when you think about growth, when you think about leadership, think of Growth Think Tank and lead with courage. See you soon.